Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a video review on a movie called Shawshank Redemption. My name is Jameson Flanagan, and the movie was released in 1994, and the movie was directed by Frank Darabont. It stars Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman, two iconic actors of their time and in general, and is based on a book written by Stephen King, which is also a very popular actor or writer known for books such as It. It wasn't a huge box office success off the rip, and and it actually gained a massive following after the fact, often regarded as one of the greatest films ever made. It started to gain traction a little later in time for some reason. In this review, I'll give a quick overview on the film and then dive into my thoughts on what worked well and what didn't, and go into why I rated it 8.7 out of 10. So the overview is Shawshank Redemption tells the story of Andy Dufresne, who's a banker who got wrongfully convicted of murdering his wife and his lover. So he was sent to Shawshank Prison, where he forms a unlikely friendship with Ellis Redding, played by Morgan Freeman. The film explores themes of hope, freedom, and redemption, and Andy finds a way to make the most out of his time behind bars, which he rebuilt the library, making friends, also doing shady banker things with the warden, which ultimately led him to escaping. The film features a stellar supporting cast, including Bob Gunn and William Sadler. Though it wasn't a box office hit at first, it went to become one of the favorite among audience and critics alike, eventually landing on the top many greatest films of all time. Now let's talk about the film's critical perspective. One of the most impressive aspects of The Shawshank Redemption is its storytelling. The pacing is almost perfect. The film takes its time to develop, and the characters' relationships, especially the friendship between Andy and Red, which ultimately wasn't that great at first, but over the years they spent together, they became best friends. Tim Robbins delivers quite a powerful performance as Andy Dufresne, perfectly capturing his character journey from hopelessness to redemption. Morgan Freeman, as always, gives a masterful performance as Red, delivering narration with the signature that adds emotional depth to the story. Visually, the film might not be too flashy, but it was beautifully shot. The cinematography is simple yet effective. In the prison setting, though dark and oppressive, it was filled with moments of beauty and hope, making contrast even more powerful. The use of symbolism, such as a rock hammer Andy uses to carve his way to freedom, is a subtle yet incredibly meaningful for the movie. However, the film excels in many areas. There are a few minor weaknesses. One aspect might not appeal to everyone, that has somewhat slow pacing in the middle of the film, so it might not attract the younger generation nowadays, as to most kids or people our age, my age, tend to like quick films or quick snippets. So you tend to see this movie actually on YouTube Reels or TikTok, Instagram, actually quite often, because it's able to have many interesting points and grab attention. Yeah. Additionally, the final escape scene, though was very satisfying, is a bit too convenient, with a few plot points that may feel too neat and impulsive for some of the viewers. Despite these small issues, Shawshank Redemption remains a film with timeless message of hope, friendship, and will survive. Its powerful exploitation of human spirit and emotional impact is undeniable. The performance of the direction and the overall themes are what truly elevates this film to greatness. For anyone who hasn't seen it yet, it's definitely worth watching. And be able to sit down and watch it in one sitting would definitely be worth it as well. Overall, I'd rate Shawshank Redemption, as I said earlier, an 8.7 out of 10. It's a near perfect film with a few minor flaws that prevent being absolutely flawless, but on my scale, I don't think any movie can be a perfect 10, because that means nothing else can be better than that. But I think this is a great middle-of-the-ground movie. It covers all aspects of film and really hits the nail on the hammer. That said, it's a must-see, and it's no surprise that it stood its test of time. Thanks for listening to my review, and I hope you decide whether or not to watch the cinematic masterpiece. See you next review.